Hello everyone, wish you a very happy Diwali. I hope that you enjoyed your Diwali today the way I enjoyed with my family, and I wish lots of happiness plus lots of prosperity and love for all of you. So today I have decided to show you a very special game played by the American genius Paul Morphy. You must have heard about him that he was a child prodigy, and he was undisputed champion of that era. I'm talking about of that era. Yes, before Anderson and everyone, Paul Morphy was very famous. He was uncrowned prince of chess world, you can say, and he has always shown how to play. He was way ahead of his time. So guys, without further ado, let's get started with the game and enjoy the game. Before we go further, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you like this game, don't forget to share with your friends, and you can also comment on the video. So let's begin. White is McConnell James and black is Paul Morphy. One thing I would like to tell you, this game was played in New Orleans 1849, and Paul Morphy was born in 1837. So he was just 12 years old when this game was played, and his opponent McConnell was the reigning champion of New Orleans at that time. So a 12 years boy winning against such a experienced player is not so common, right? So that shows Paul Morphy's strength at that time. At that time, you can say E captures f4 was played, knight to f3, and here Morphy decided to play g5, supporting the pawn on f4 square. He is saying in this position that okay, you have sacrificed one pawn and I'm going to stick to it. So bishop c4 was played by his opponent. This is a very standard play. Okay, bishop to g7, developing the knight. Bishop here d3, and now h6 was played, supporting the pawn on g5. Castle. By sacrificing the pawn, it is quite clear that black is lacking in development a little bit, but white is developing very fast. But don't make conclusions right now, because I'm going to show you after that Paul Morphy is going to turn the tables. Okay, knight f6, developing a piece. c3 was played in order to play maybe d4 at some point, and here in this position Paul Morphy decided to counter attack because his pieces are not active in this position. And whenever you are playing King's Gambit opening, if you accept the Gambit pawn, you need to remember this thing that you cannot hold on to the pawn for longer duration, because if you hold on to the pawn for longer duration, then you are going to be lacking in development, and in the opening phase it's very important to develop as quickly as possible. So that's why here in this position he plays b5, sacrificing a pawn. White captures the pawn on b5, and now he plays c6. The idea of c6 is to play d5 on the next move. So bishop c4 was played, he goes for d5, e captures d5, c captures d5, queen e to check was given, bishop to e6, developing a piece. You can see very quickly he is going to develop his pieces. If you play bishop b5 check, which is a good idea, knight d7 will be played, another piece will be developed, and of course castling is always there, one option from black side. Okay, he plays bishop to b3. In this situation he castles, and now all the worries are gone. Here white made a slight error, you can say. White played d4, which I did not like because it gave up the square on e4 square straight away. Bishop to c2, trying to capture the knight over here. He plays f5, consolidating the knight on e4 square. Knight to d2 was played, and now he plays knight c6. Almost all the pieces are coming into the game. The rook is going to come, rook maybe coming on the b file. We'll see what happens. c4 was played, but c4 is a straight away mistake. I can understand the feeling of white here that he is losing a pawn, but what else he will be doing in this position? He is little bit in a very awkward position. He cannot play b pawn because the pawn on c3 is hanging. Right now not, but okay, because the bishop is being captured, but the c3 is a weakness in that situation. Another thing which I feel is like the knight on e4 is super piece. So white decides to play c4, and he captures the pawn on d4 with a check. Knight captures d4, knight captures d4, queen to d3, and now Paul Morphy decided to set up a trap in this position, playing queen to b6. There are certain things which are going to happen on this diagonal. So white decided to play king to h1, stepping away from this diagonal, no discovered checks, but he missed out on one thing, that knight f2 check is going to happen, but only after knight captures on c2. Queen captures c2, knight f2 check. Now it was quite compulsory for white to capture the knight over here, and I feel like white is just dominating in the position. You can see the rook on a1 and bishop on c1, they are not even part of the game. So it's quite easy, and these pawns are rolling forward very soon, and this rook will also come in the game. So black is just winning, but fortune favors the brave, we can say. After knight to f2, his opponent played king g1, allowing smothered mate. I hope you have heard about smothered mate. The smothered mate is the mate where you checkmate your opponent with the help of only the knight. In that position, actually your opponent's pieces are helping you. Okay, so knight h3 check. The queen is also giving check. Knight is also giving check. This is the double check. Whenever knight is involved in the double check, the king must move. Okay, you cannot capture any of the pieces or cannot do anything else in the position. So king must move in that position. King h1, and now the best move, queen g1 checks. This is the smothered mate's standard position. The knight is supporting the queen. Rook must capture the queen over here, and knight f2 check and mate. Because on f1 the rook was supporting the f2 square, but after rook captures the, sorry, not there, rook captures the queen, knight f2 is just a checkmate. So guys, this was a very simple game, and I hope that you enjoyed the game. And I'll be meeting very soon with some new content. Till that moment, do watch other videos also on my channel, and if you are new here, subscribe. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye, take care, and love you all.